Trying to get my dribble right. Shout out to the Bay. Know you ever visited Kinder's and shit. Legendary spot out there. Good afternoon. Make sure y'all checking out my latest uploads, man. Him Low. Booze Brothers. That hip hop you don't get nowhere else. You get it right here. Paper Chaser Banks. What's good, pimp? Good afternoon. Let's talk basketball. DB said Pat Bev is a legend, legendary bum. Yes, the business. I like that. Pat got in his feelings. Chris didn't say a word, just gave him that look like, yeah, NBA Finals, nigga. He said, Pat Bev might have fucked his. If he signed, I hope he signed. If he's not signed, this shit, it might be a minute. Don't nobody want niggas like that on their team. You got to take that shit back to the playground, my nigga. Matter of fact, niggas on the playground don't even be doing that shit. We hoop, man. When a nigga bust your ass, man, you got the right to retaliate, man. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Reggie Jackson, man. He getting a bag this offseason. Nigga almost gave Chris Paul whiplash. Yeah. He said, I seen you in Spice One interview. That was a little teaser and shit. I'm going to put it together and bring it to YouTube. If you follow me on IG, you've seen a little bit of it. He said, somebody going to hurt him one day. That shit could have been another Malice at the Palace. Pat Bev comes from the streets, Chicago, Vice Lord. Y'all basketball players usually come from the hood. They told me that he was from the fucking suburbs. They said he was from the suburbs. Pat Bev ain't from Chicago. He not from the city of Chicago. He might have family there or some shit like that, but they said he didn't. They said he's not from Chicago. You can't do that to a Hall of Famer. Fuck no, that shit's gonna be high profile forever. He made him look like a hoodlum. Yeah, do all that extra shit in the Bahamas, my nigga. He said he from the outskirts. Yeah. My man just tried to give him to Chicago. He not from Chicago. Don't do that. He garbage. Thank you. Al Rock. That's just how Ron Artest pushed Big Ben before he made him go lay down. Ron Artest is a motherfucking factor. Ron Artest was giving niggas 30. Ron Artest was hitting big shots in the NBA Finals and shit. I don't know if he got to that point in his career yet, but Ron Artest is official from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? Pat Bev, man, need to go ahead with that shit. He need to hurry up and get speedball to the D League or something. He has to have some talent because he's been in the NBA for several years and shit. But I bust that nigga ass. I get in shape. I bust that nigga ass. That little nigga be doing a bunch of extra shit. And I'm going to tell you what happened to him. Pat Beverly suffered for what Paul George did to Chris Paul. Pat Beverly suffered. He was tortured for that shit that Paul George did to CP. So, you drop me, hold this 40. He said, you can't beat Pat Bev. Nigga, I be in a gym like a motherfucker. I was playing competitively as recent as like 2 years ago and shit, man. I get in shape. I tear that little nigga ass apart. I don't give a fuck about him making it to the league. That nigga my size. Let's get it. Straight up. Fuck you thought this is. And go to any point guard. He gonna tell you the same shit. What? We the same size, man. It's up. Fuck is you talking about? I don't care where you went, nigga. Straight up. Hold this 40. He said, I want to see a kit collection, bro. You inspired me to get some Diodors. I brought that Diodor wave to the internet heavy as a motherfucker. I believe Nobody was kind of like fucking with it. I hold on. I gotta clarify this. I brought that shit back. I bought my first pair of Diodors probably like 4 years ago. I can't remember exactly when Raekwon came out with his purple ones, but he came out with them when Diodor started to surface again and shit. You know what I'm saying? Got original babes on. Gotta wear these motherfuckers. They patent leather and shit. If you don't wear them and shit, they'll start cracking the fuck up. If he wasn't on the Clippers, then the Suns get it in 4. Man, who you got tonight? The Hawks on the butt of the Bucks. Let's have all the underdogs win this year. Let's have all the underdogs go to the finals, because if the underdogs go to the finals, then it's gonna be a dog fight. As of right now, the finals ain't hitting on nothing. They ain't got no star power. All the stars at home. If you were ever going to an NBA finals, would this be the one that you went to? My man said, I've been looking at a Diodor bicycle. Shout out to Diodor. Infiltrated the United States around 1987-88 by way of an Olympic track sprinter named Ben Johnson. You go Google Ben Johnson, you're gonna look him up. He gonna have Diodor sweatsuits on and shit like that. And that's around when that shit became popular in the States. You'll love that beach. Yeah, that big contract with him. Subscribe to the channel. Good morning to everybody. Why is Pat Beverly so extra and garbage? This nigga don't get no buckets. Pat Bev a gangster. He really about that life. Chris Paul soft. I don't think Chris Paul soft. I think Chris Paul has already been one of the more hard-nosed PGs in the league. He's hard-nosed. It just came up. He apologized. He had to apologize. And they gonna fine him and suspend him and shit. They're not gonna let that shit slide like that. He probably gonna start the next season. Gonna start suspended. My man said we wearing Diodora 82, 83 out here in Cali. You said Pat Bev looked like a Jamaican cab driver. He just apologized. Nobody's gonna buy that. You're never gonna be able to sit at the cool table. It's bad enough that you made a name for yourself, you know, doing a bunch of extra shit with high profile point guards and shit. He said shit the way he played, he might not even have a next season. He said Pat Bev far from trash. Why he get 40 put on him? He's not a scorer. He's a defensive role player who recently earned $40 million. They gave him $40 million. Man, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. You can't be serious. It seems like all these players have performing arts background with the flopping. That was a bullshit apology. He about to play for the China D League. Yeah, can't be doing it. I got spot builds. I got green and white ones. He got $40 million. They just giving that shit away. Canadian cheater Ben Johnson. Yep, that's him. Today is Bobby Bonilla Day. He gets another million till 2035. He ain't played baseball in like 20 years. How much do we get today? I'm familiar with it. What day is today? July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day. Okay. Bobby Bonilla get a check every year until 2035. Shoving CP3 in the back was so effeminate. It reminds me of what kids did in street ball when they got lit up. Yeah, he pushed him in the back. He said, "You mad? I ain't mad. The Clippers should be mad. It wasn't my $40 million. He would have signed for 10. He would have took 10. I'm telling you, he took 10. Probably took 5. He said they gave Tristan Thompson $80 million. Tristan Thompson is like 6'10", though. Giannis is ruled out for the night. Trey gonna eat them niggas. Hey, yo. Giannis is, everybody call him Giannis because we don't know how to pronounce the other name he got. I don't even know if the other name, I don't even know if the other name is his last name or his first name. It's just Giannis because the rest we can't say. He said your man Ben Simmons get paid 141 million. Ben Simmons is 6'10". He got a pretty good passer. They might have gave him that for expectations. I know they wish they got their money back. Trey about to drop 35 plus tonight, easy. Phoenix versus the Hawks. Atlanta be lit up. The finals come to ATL. Woo! The finals come to ATL. That's gonna light the city up, yo. He said Capella out. Giannis blocked Capella's dunk in a way that you would treat a child. I don't think I've seen a block that clean in a minute for a dunk, a two-hand dunk. No. Giannis caught his shit, man. Like he was nothing. Like that shit was crazy. He said Middleton is trash. That's false. I wouldn't care how tall the person is. If you can't play, you should not make over $10 million. So the fact that he got $80 million is embarrassing, let alone some scrub getting 40. He said crime been down in Atlanta since they winning. Downtown been wild. Hit the like button. He said Capella caught an elbow to the eye. I know Giannis blocked his dunk, checked him. That was like checking him, like, boy. What? He said it was a couple of good dunk blocks. Baltimore, absolutely. Absolutely. Once I hit a city, I'm affiliated. I'm plugged in out there. Shout out to President Dabo. Bird. Yeah. Brandon Lawrence, shout out to the dribble from Michigan. Big fan. Keep doing your thing, giving news about entertainment, health, and knowledge. Appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to talk a little bit basketball with you, and I want to direct you to my sports channel, Gully TV Sports. Subscribe to that channel. That shit about to be up. I'm about to go crazy over there in just a minute. I'm telling you. It's going to be the whole body of sports. You know what I mean? Boxing, basketball, fucking soccer, like everything. Watch. It ain't going to, some shit that ain't been done before ever. They can't outwork me. They can't outwork me. I got an ultimate passion for sports. I'm just crazy about that shit. You know what I mean? They can't outwork the dribble. They can't. They can't. They can't. They can't. They can't. He said the Sixers not trading Ben. They just gonna have a nigga who can't shoot the ball. Keith Sweat versus Bobby Brown. Keith is gonna kill Bobby Brown. Keith Sweat is gonna kill Bobby Brown. That's gonna be entertaining. They got some nice songs, both of them. Bobby Brown got nice songs. I mean, they might play. Is he gonna try to play New Edition songs that he did and shit like that? Like, is he gonna try to play his verse on Mr. Telephone Man or some shit like that? If he doing that, I don't know, but he can't. Keith Sweat, is you crazy? Not even close. He said they both had, man. Bobby Brown ain't gonna survive Keith Sweat's debut album. That tenderoni and all of that shit, man. Keith Sweat got shit that's just gonna blow them shits out of the water. He said I'm bugging, man. Keith Sweat's debut album was the top out of all the R&B niggas of the 80s, the late 80s. Keith Sweat was the king. He was above all them niggas. As solo R&B singers. He said false. You can't be serious. Who was bigger than Keith Sweat in the black community as a solo artist? R&B in the late 80s. Kane said, I'm too young to know about this. He said, I'll be sure. I'll be sure was huge. That's the only person that you could probably elect in that period. I'll be sure might have just been like whatever year that his shit came out. Keith Sweat was on a tear, y'all. Aaron Hall was in a group. He said, you got to be living in a black community. No, exactly. You can't tell me that Bobby Brown was played more than Keith Sweat in the black community. You can't tell me that. It's not even close. He said Luther was bigger. Luther was being played by grown folks, man. Luther was being played by grown folks and shit. Luther wasn't being played on the strip in the hood and shit like Alpo and them Rich Porter and them niggas is playing fucking Keith Sweat and shit like that. Whenever y'all done, it's not close, man. I'm telling you. What planet are y'all on? Keith Sweat got a song called "Make It Last." That's just like I don't even gotta go into right and the wrong way to love somebody and all that. I don't even have to go deep into the shit. I don't. Make it last. Tony is a group. He said they don't know. They don't. Anyway, Pat Beverly is garbage. Keith Sweat wins the fucking verses. They about to have it. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it for yourself. Y'all like, damn, this nigga got hits. Bobby got some. He said, Keith Sweat in 86, Cutlass, 15 kickers in the trunk, pull up to the club. He said, Gully know he made about 8 of his kids to Keith. I was a kid when Keith Sweat was out. You bugging. I just know I know what my aunts was playing and shit. I know what my aunts was playing. I know what my family members was playing. I know what was played at cookouts and baby showers. And I just know that, you know what I mean? You would hear Bobby Brown, a song, song or two and shit. He said Bobby Brown best stuff was with the group. New Edition alone, he not even close. I don't even think he got enough material to keep up. Keith Sweat was still making his all the way into the mid 90s, like the Twisted album and shit like that. Keith was still popping in like 98 and shit. And he was an LSG. This is crazy. Y'all tripping. I'm done with that. He said I was watching Keith videos on BET in the 90s. Yeah, LSG, I almost left that out. But he said Aaron Hall went solo, beloved. He went solo in the 90s. I think he went solo in the early 90s. Aaron Hall was a factor. I don't think Keith Sweat is a more powerful singer than Aaron Hall, but Keith was the man, yo. Period. Anyway, back to basketball. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get the notifications. Y'all lazy this afternoon. We only got 58 likes. He said, y'all blowing on the finest bark y'all money can buy talking like this. Social Currency said Bobby Brown had 4 songs. Joe Black. Why didn't Rondo play? It's irrelevant now. It's been decided. Niggas got to scramble and get their contracts together. He said Pat Beverly gangster, but that move was wrong. He gonna regret doing that. Did that to a high profile player, pushed him in the back. You know what that make you look like? They might treat that nigga like Ray Rice. He might get treated like Ray Rice from here on out, man. They might be like, nah, we not fucking with him, yo. Nah. He said Pat Beverly might get blackballed from the NBA. That's what I was thinking. Like it could turn into a blackball situation. He don't even know it. He don't even know it. They could take this very, very seriously. They keep saying he from the west side of Chicago. Every player from Marshall, they said he's bad for the league. How many albums do Keith Sweat got and how many do Bobby Brown got? He said he didn't do Westbrook like that, though. No. No. Pat know not to play with Russ like that. Pat know not to play with Russ like that. Pat Beverly gave Derrick Rose 40 points in high school. Rich Paul can tell teams you sign him. None of my clients would sign with you. Keith Sweat got about 4 straight albums that were good. That's what I thought. Bobby had bigger songs, but the hood played more Keith. I believe that's more of an accurate assessment. Yeah. My Prerogative, I don't think Keith Sweat had a song as big as My Prerogative. Highly unlikely. But again, in the hood, Keith Sweat was the guy. He said Keith got 18 solos. Bobby has 5. Bobby sold 12 million on Don't Be Cruel. Plus Keith was writing for people. It's going to be a good verses. People going to really enjoy it. Some of the verses that they've been bringing up ain't been that good. Nori and Beanie Siegel, that shit going to be fire. Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown, it's going to be fire. He said Twisted by Keith Sweat is bigger than My Prerogative. Prerogative was Bobby's biggest song, right? His biggest crossover song. He said Twisted by Keith Sweat was bigger. He said Nori and Beans is like, we're going to get to hear all that good shit. Keith Sweat has wrote a lot of songs for people as well. Good afternoon. Could y'all like the video? Goddamn, we in here busting it like a motherfucker, man. We like flowing like the Nile and shit, man. Y'all fingers broke or something, man. Like the video, man. Put this joint on $1 at least. The fuck? This ain't one of them. Let me tell y'all something, right? This ain't one of them channels that you got to pay to come to. I ain't selling no Patreon memberships. I ain't got my Cash App posted. None of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, this shit free. This hot shit free, man. Look at my fucking content, man. Look at the type of shit I be putting out. Free. Fire. Straight up. Straight up, man. I got the ultimate trifecta for these niggas, man. Hip hop, sports, and fashion, man. People love the topics, man. You can't get this shit nowhere else. He said, we don't look at that. We look at what song got us that nook. Do people get money from likes? Nah, likes put you in the search engines. So when people say like the video, share this video, they be trying to get this like button up. They be trying to get them likes up because if YouTube sees a video that has 400, 500, 1,000 likes, they like, oh, this is popular. We're going to promote this. This is a good video. They let y'all be the judge of it. So, yeah, free likes. I'm saying, though, Pittsburgh pulled up. My man, I appreciate your donation. Who won, Draco or Little Pee Wee? He said, Keith never fell off. Bobby did. I agree with you on that. He said, you don't talk about Umar Johnson everywhere. I talk about 3 topics. 3. Hip-hop, sports, and fashion. Under the sports topic, you get health and wellness and shit. That's where all of the, that's where all the ginger promotion and all of that. That's where all of the black seed dribble and all. That's where all of that come from. Under the sports shit. He said, you got more of that bodyguard Detroit. Yeah, I got a little bit. You got to give it to him a little bit at a time, man. You got to give it to him a little bit at a time. He said St. Labs was no. Oh, check me out on Smoke a Lot Radio with Yugmouth. Yugmouth of Spice One. Check that shit out. That's on the Smokebox Network. I think that's what it's called. The Soapbox Network or some shit. Check that shit out, though. He said, you think Pooh Shiesty going to be this case? Pooh Shiesty done fucked up, man. If we give an opinion, well, we be on these platforms and shit, and we be giving opinions on shit, and if we say the raw truth about a nigga, sometimes people don't like it. But the truth is this. These niggas is getting in position, and they fucking up money rapidly. And they not just fucking up money rapidly. They incurring bills en route. You think what I'm saying? The whole time they whole route to the penitentiary, they picking up bills to pay and shit. Like lawyer fees. You know what I mean? Like bail money. It's at a point now. I believe they've said that these prosecutors have said, these niggas got money. These rappers, they got money. They all over Instagram with their money. So they gonna get out on bail and they're gonna, thumb their nose at the system after they post a $1 million bill. We're gonna stop these 21-year-old niggas from posting $1 million bills. Y'all not gonna keep doing that to us. Kind of makes us look small. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they don't want to give niggas no motherfucking bills right now. It's fucked up. Puerto Rican Day Parade here in Shaw. Some guy got killed shielding his girl. Shielding his girl for what? Chris Paul have no real nigga in him. He didn't get up and try nothing. He just gave him 40 points. If you just put 40 on a nigga ass, you gonna let him, that shit Beverly did, pushed him from the back. You like, look at you. You hot. I didn't got the best of you. I got under your skin. I just put 40 on your ass. You just you blew your cool and shit. Like, that's going to be repeated. Like, that's a part of NBA history now. Like, the time that Washington from the Lakers punched Rudy T in the face, broke his face. Like, you always see that shit. You always see this shit with this nigga Pat Beverly. Yeah. My man said, I'm still smoking for Bill Cosby being home now. He can show his ass to them. Shout out to Bill. Bill is home. Bill is home. Bill refused to take that course. Bill refused to take that course in the state penitentiary, that sexual assault course. That's kind of like, if you think about it, it's kind of like an admission of guilt. Why would I go to a sex course if I ain't raped no motherfucking body? So he refused to take it. They told him he wasn't getting no parole, but Bill knew that he was getting out of jail. He knew about it. He said Nazir Muhammad pushed Braun like that. He was forgot about. I didn't know that. I worked out with Nazir Muhammad in the gym at the Whitley in Atlanta and shit. I didn't know that was his exit. Adidas shell top versus the Air Force One. I got to go with the white on white shell. Both look butter. Both they both irreplaceable garments. You could wear them to weddings. You know what I mean? But the white pro model shell toe high top. The pro model was the high top. The low top is called Superstars. Them white pro models, high top shells. Hey, yo, telling you. He said, laughing at the title. Pat Beverly needs to be banished from the league, man. He been doing a bunch of extra bullshit for a minute. Man. You got to score some buckets, man. You run around here assaulting motherfuckers and shit. You think them white folks paid that nigga $40 million to do that shit? They like, huh? He said those shell heads look cheap. Pro model shell toe Adidas, man. He said they playing jail ball. Niggas don't do that shit in jail. That shit that Pat Beverly did, niggas don't do that shit in jail. Motherfuckers don't do that shit in jail. You don't see no shit like that. You see some shit like that, it's gonna be immediate wreck right on site. But we don't do that. The niggas that we, when you doing a bit, you hooping with a nigga and shit, like, this is what we do. We're gonna be out here every day playing ball. Like, every day. Sometimes if it's warm outside, we're gonna be out here a couple times a day playing ball. Like, these are your associates. Like, this is what we do and shit. Like, this is how we passing time and shit. Like, we need each other to pass time together. Like, everybody brings something to the game and shit. So you're not trying to fuck wreck up, bringing up, that dumb shit. Niggas don't be doing that. They don't. SP was good. He said he got big on the smallest person on the court. He said, have you taste Panther flower, the best strain out? Nah. Trey P said, I know I'll dunk all on Pat Bev. Y'all think that shit's gonna be forgotten? They're not gonna let Chris Paul's going to the is in the NBA Finals now, which is gonna make that incident high profile, and it's gonna make Pat Beverly look this big. So I want to go listen to the apology that he issued and shit. I want to hear what he said, but it's bullshit. You can't be doing that in basketball, period. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming through. I just wanted to highlight y'all about Pat Beverly's negligence and direct you to my sports channel, Gully TV Sports. Go over there and subscribe. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. As soon as I get to the 1,000, wow, be able to do some things. Anyway, I'm up out of here, man. I'm going to catch up with y'all a little later. Look for more uploads, man, more original content. The shit that you see here, you don't see nowhere else. Again, the shit you see here, especially on the East, the shit you see here, you don't see nowhere else. You know what I mean? Because I move around. The dribble is spectacular. Shout out to everybody. I'm up out of here. Peace.